Well, this is Connor. I'm from the 11 to 12:15 class Tuesday, Thursday. And I guess I'm just going to share what I've learned this year in Global Challenge with Clint. Uh, I've actually learned a lot, believe it or not. I know I just sit up there and everybody thinks I goof off all the time and make funny jokes and stuff, which I am pretty funny. But I know I have learned a lot. I've listened a lot, talking to international students, making friends with them. Uh, I've learned a lot about just the economy and how globally, we're just a powerhouse globally, but that could all change if we just let the economy get away from us. I've learned how globalizing business is a huge factor because if we just keep our businesses in America, then we're not going to be doing any good because we're going to end up running out of business to do, and everybody's going to be screwed, unemployed, out of work, just all that. No money to be made, no money to be spent. So if we just get out there and globally, make ourselves known, then we can trade and import and export with other people and get on good terms, and we'll just have more money, more jobs, more opportunities, and all that. Plus, having a little bit of wealth, even though we're in a lot of debt, we can still share a little bit of the wealth and go to like Clinton. Some of the kids went to Ecuador. We could go over there and have an impact on them, even if it's building a water system like they did, to building houses, to herding cattle or anything like we learned about the Heifer Project, how they donated cattle and livestock to people over in Africa and South Africa, and just stuff like that you wouldn't really think would matter is actually a huge factor in the global business scene. Uh, we learned about foreign exchange and trading internationally, just with other countries. And obviously, that's what internationally means. Uh, we had a lot of we had a big culture difference in this class than I was used to in high school. There's a lot of other a lot of foreigners in there that I didn't really have in high school, and so it was really interesting hearing what they had to say about how their economy was and how it compared to America. And there's people from Australia, New Zealand, China, no Russians, and there Italy, Spain. There's just a lot of different people from a lot of different places that had different stories to tell about how their economy was. We had some good guest speakers. We had the Multicultural Center come and talk to us, and that was really eye opening about racism and all that, and how it still affects everybody, especially on a global standpoint. And we had the Rotary Club come and talk to us, which was pretty neat because I was president of the Rotary Club in high school. So just hearing from people that were active in their community at the Rotary was just really cool. The Heifer Project, we learned about how they would supply uh, cows and livestock internationally, and I've talked about that earlier. The girl effect, how just donating money to one girl can affect a whole community, just stuff like that. Um, we got our passports this year too, and at first I wasn't too wild about it because $150, that's a pretty good chunk of change in my book. But once I got to thinking about it, it's actually a real useful tool for 10 years down the road because I might want to go study abroad. I might want to go fly over to Europe or Italy or somewhere and tour over there. But I wouldn't have. Then I would have just been at $150 then. When now I have it, and I can just go get a plane ticket and go country to country and not have to worry about going getting my passport and all that. Uh, I've learned a lot about how being a global citizen is actually a huge part of everyday life. Even if you're just a business manager in a local store, how most of the goods you sell come into play with the global economy. How you could be selling a product that's from China that we got from China because we sold them some goods, and just that in itself is just pretty amazing to me because you would never think of it like that when you buy something that says made in China, but when you sit down and look at it, it's actually just a huge part of our everyday life. I know I'm wearing clothes right now that were made in Pakistan and places like that, India, China, and we bought these. We sent them materials, or they grew materials and made these clothes, and we send money over there to buy them, and then we buy them in stores here. So we stimulate both economies by doing that. Just like what I've learned a lot of this semester is just how big of an impact one person can have. Because if one person can start, a movement with a couple other people, then that can grow to a huge movement, and that can just have an effect globally that no one can compare to. And I've really enjoyed my time in this class. I've had a good time. There's been some times where me and Clint, kind of butted heads, but all in all, I think we're still, pretty good friends. But I guess that's my video.